Hello and welcome to Want to Learn Chemistry, a site to help you become a chemistry expert. Today you'll be learning about metallic issues. As a starter activity, name 4 different metals, state a use for each one, explain why that metal is suitable for that particular use. You can use this layout to complete your task. Now let's go over an example. Copper is used as pipes because it's not very reactive metal and therefore it does not react with water. Today you'll be learning about why different metals are used in building construction and how and why it is important metal is recycled. To achieve a grade E, list examples of where metals are used in buildings. To achieve a grade D, explain some drawbacks in using metals in construction. To achieve a grade C, explain the economic and environmental benefits of recycling metals. Copy this table in and complete this task. Move around the room, look at the types of metals used in the construction of this building. For example, doors, walls, window pipes, fittings. Look at the front and back windows and see how metal is used in other buildings. Write down what you see. You're going to consider why different metals are used for different purposes. Exploiting metal ores. There are many uses to metal, however there are consequences to our environment. And these are huge pits that scar the landscape, creating noises and dust, destroying the habitats of plants and animals, mines leaving behind large heaps of waste rock. Water in some areas can also be affected by mining as rain drains through exposed ores and slag heaps of waste. The groundwater can also become acidic. Phytomining. As plants grow, they absorb dissolved ions in the soil through their roots. Some plants are very effective at absorbing metal ions. Once harvested, we can extract the metals from ash left after burning the plants. Low-grade metal ores such as copper ores are phytomined. Copper metal is extracted from the plant by dissolving the ash in sulfuric acid first, and then the solution made can be electrolyzed to get the copper. Copper collects at the negative electrode. Alternatively, scrap iron can be added to the solution to displace copper in the following reaction, where iron plus copper sulfate, arrow iron sulfate plus copper. Recycling metals. In the UK, each person uses around 8 kilograms of aluminium every year. This is why it is important to recycle. Also, it saves energy, therefore money, since recycling aluminium does not involve electrolysis. Comparing aluminium with aluminium extracted from its ore, there is 95% energy saving. Iron and steel can be recycled. Tin cans are usually steel cans with a very thin coating of tin to prevent rusting. These cans are easy to separate from rubbish as they are magnetic. Using recycled steel saves about 50% of the energy used to extract iron and turn into steel. Much of this energy is supplied by burning fossil fuels, so recycling helps save our dwindling supplies of the fuels. Copper is also recycled, but this is tricky as it is often alloyed with other metals, so it would need to be purified for use in electrical wiring. Why recycle metals? Brainstorm some ideas. Now let's go through some ideas. This reduces the need to mine the metal ore and conserve the Earth's reserves of metal ores. And secondly, it prevents pollution problems that arise from extracting the metal from its ore. Metallic structures. Steel is the most commonly used metal, often used in construction where strength is needed. For example, skyscrapers have steel girders supporting them. Suspension bridges use thick steel cables. However, there are some drawbacks. Iron in it tends to rust. Stainless steel can only be used for small, specialized jobs because it is much more expensive than ordinary steel. Protecting steel from rusting costs money as coatings such as paint or grease needs to be reapplied regularly. Rusting will affect the strength of steel and can be dangerous. Task: identify the benefits and drawbacks of using metal in construction. Now let's go through some ideas. The benefits are: copper is good electrical conductor for wiring. It is not reactive, so can be made into water pipes. Lead can be bent easily, so is used to seal joints on the roofs. Steel is strong for girders and scaffolding. Aluminium oils are corrosion resistant. And some drawbacks: iron and steel can rust, severely weakening the structures. For example, if the iron rods are used inside reinforced concrete, rust structures can collapse. Exploitation of metal ores to extract metal causes pollution and uses up the Earth's limited resources. Metals are more expensive than other materials such as concrete. Here are some benefits of using metal. Copper is good electrical and thermal conductor and it is unreactive. Lead can be bent easily. Steel is strong. Aluminium alloys are corrosion resistant and have low density. And these are some of its uses. Complete this question, which is worth 6 marks. Iron is used for making steel. Copper and aluminium are made from substances found in the Earth's crust. These metals are made into many useful items. When no longer needed, these items are thrown away or recycled. Give a use for each metal and explain why it is important to recycle waste metal rather than throw it away. In following slides, you'll have information sheets. Highlight 2 economic and environmental reasons why metal should be recycled. Must be different reasons for each metal, and use these reasons to write an answer to the question. Pause this slide to read thoroughly. I'll move on to the next one. Now it's more information about copper. So this gives you an outline of how your answer should look like. Now let's go through the mark scheme. So you need maximum of 6 points as well as good spelling, grammar and punctuation. Let's summarize. After this session, you should have been able to list examples of where metals are used in buildings, explain some drawbacks in using metals in construction, and explain the economic and environmental benefits of recycling metals. Let's do a short quiz to check your understanding. Question 1. Why is steel used in the frames of buildings? And the answer is steel is strong. Question 2. Why is copper used for water pipes? And the answer is copper is unreactive. Question 3. Why is aluminium used to make window frames? And the answer is aluminium does not corrode and is lightweight. Question 4. Give one economic reason to recycle metal. And the answer is can be made into something more useful. Question 5. Give an environmental reason for recycling metal. And the answer is less waste, so landfill sites do not fill up easily. Now answer the following summary questions. Question 1. What can a mining company do to help the environment when open cast mine is no longer economic? Question 2. Each person in the UK uses about 8 kilograms of aluminium each year. Part A. Recycling 1 kilogram of aluminium saves about enough energy to run a small electric tire for 14 hours. If you recycle 50% of the aluminium you use in 1 year, how long could you run a small electric tire on the energy you have saved? And part B. Explain the benefits of recycling aluminium. And let's go through the answers. So check your answers. Thank you for listening to me at Want to Learn Chemistry, a site to help you become a chemistry expert. Like and subscribe for more videos.